The African Development Bank Group is a combination of three legal entities. You have the ADB, you have the AGF, and we have this in the Nigerian Trust Fund. That's the entity. Your funding was granted under AGF. But it's all part of what? The ADB group, which is just referred to as the bank. So instead of me referring to ADF or the fund, I'll just say the bank in the context for it. All that is in the three of them have agreed on something unique. It says that the bank shall make arrangements to ensure that for any financing that it is given out, the arrangements are in place to ensure that the proceeds of such financing are used for the intended purpose, and with due consideration to economic efficiency and competitive international trade, and without regard to the last one is what I usually say, let us be careful about it. Without regard to any political or other non-economic influences or considerations. The project has been budgeted for. If you go to the appraisal document, it has earmarked some activities that are supposed to be executed under this project, right from year 1 up to year 5. There are estimated costs associated with those activities that are supposed to be delivered under the project. If by any political influence or non-economic considerations you divert or you withhold some of the resources to those activities, some of the activities, it means that funding will not be available for those activities that you have diverted funds from. And if you don't have funding for those activities, or funds are misused under those activities, the overall objective of the project will not be achieved. So, ensure that the funds that are granted under this FRU4 are used for the activities of what MRU for. Now, you may have other compelling activities that may come. Let's say that under MRU 3, some activities that were budgeted under MRU 3 ran out of funds. They said, but they are related projects. We can equally use MRU 4 to meet the list in the activities of MRU 3. Is that why the funds have been earmarked for? You may have a compelling situation. Probably in this, what is that, the Kailahun highway or corridor concerning the this in the area or citizens of the area, which may demand an urgent attention. But if it is not approved, if a request has not been made, and then an approval be given, and you say, we have to divert this money to ensure that will be such an urgent activity. Is that what the money has been budgeted for? Is that what the money has been given for? No. So any activity that falls out of the activities that have been agreed on under this project constitute an ineligible activity. And any funds that are spent on activity that are not part of these projects will be ineligible. And when it comes to ineligible expenditure, the bank will insist that government refunds that money back to what it projects. All that's clear. Now, let us still move on. I've talked about this in the development objective that we are a development bank. And as one of our key fiduciary pillars or objectives, we are also committed to the building of PFM, or public financial management systems of our member countries. We also have the list in the fiduciary objective, apart from the development objective, which is what we were talking about when it comes to the list in the articles of agreements of the bank. To ensure that there's reasonable assurance on the use of the resources that have been granted under this project. And when the fiduciary objective is met, by ensuring that we have actually used the money for the intended purpose, it means that we will be accounting for such monies that have been used under this project in an accurate manner to not only the government of Sierra Leone, but to the citizens of Sierra Leone, and for that matter, the taxpayers in Sierra Leone. We have what we refer to as the guiding principles, or the guiding policies and the documents. When it comes to financial management, we have the bank's FM policy documents. We have the list in the project's FM procedures, which I'll go into details. And we also have this in the bank guidelines. This afternoon, I was listening to somebody who was talking about the fact that when donors come in, they try to ensure that you use their policy and procedures. But you also have systems and procedures that you have to use. Yes. As part of the list in the use of country systems, under the Paris Declaration 2005, the bank is committed to the use of country systems in terms of aid effectiveness. But we assess those systems, and that is why we commissioned appraisals, and we are part of the appraisals. Those policies and procedures that we know they are okay, that can be used to deliver these projects, we take them on board. And that's why we make a recommendation that develop what we refer to as your financial management procedures manual. Fortunately, we already have one that is existing under the number of projects that were implemented under SLRA. This is not the first time SLRA is implementing. Is that do what? You are part of the old ones. What are some of those projects you have implemented all?
The one I was much more concerned with was local.
Good.
So after local, I was partly involved in the separate.
Yes. Yeah.
From then on,
But I took up this is separate.
yes.
And then you also have yes. You also have this is Boba Najima.
Also the initial stage.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not new to us. We have been in the system with African development, and those procedures that you have developed, we have actually given a this in the go ahead that use that one as your financial management manual, but it has to be customized to be tailored towards what is meant for this program. Now let's still move on. When we talk about this in the executive agency, legal terms and FM-wise, we have the ministry, which is this in the policy oversight body or arm when it comes to roads and highways. That is your ministry, which is as it is in the executive agency. Then SLRA is implementing these projects. And the SLRA is the implementing agency. Government of Sierra Leone knows already the capabilities of SLRA. That is why government of Sierra Leone, through the ministry, has nominated SLRA to deliver this project. So our role as far as government achieving the objective under this project that is very critical. It's number one. The success of these projects or each failure depends on us as an implementing agency. I hope we are okay. Are we okay?
Yeah.
It's not a ministry that will come and implement this project. At the end of the day, if anything goes wrong as far as this project is concerned, we from SLRA will be held responsible. And the core team that has been constituted by SLRA to ensure that they are involved in the day-to-day coordination or execution of this project will be number one companies. Lava, I heard you say, you think your responsibility is more. So the whole Sierra Leone, the whole citizens of Sierra Leone, Koindu, and all those people, the bank, and all that we are looking at, its success or failure depends on you. And you can't fail the people of Sierra Leone. No way. They have identified them, as people who have the skills. It's not that you can see that this is the thousands, the millions of people in Sierra Leone, but you are the people they have identified as the core team who are supposed to deliver this project over this number of years. So we should count ourselves lucky that we have been identified as the people they trust that we can deliver this project. For that matter, we shouldn't sit down and let things fail as far as this project is concerned. If not, our name will be written down in the bad records of project execution. You've done it before, so that should be something that you do. As part of our key responsibility, we are also to ensure the money that comes into the bank account for this project. We are in charge of the day-to-day management of that account. So we have to ensure that monies that go in there are used for what they intended purpose. The proper usage of the account also means that we should ensure and insist that any payment that is made out of that account is for what? Eligible activities under this project. And eligible activities under this project, and when it comes to financial management, there are two definitions of this eligibility and ineligibility. When it comes to this eligible, whatever is eligible, number one, by legal definition, is what is covered under your financial agreement and then the appraisal document. Anything beyond that is ineligible. Now, we also have what we call economic reasonableness when it comes to ineligibility. When we know that the prevailing cost of an item is this in the market, and it is inflated beyond the prevailing price, the element of inflation is also ineligible. It also means that we should maintain separate accounting books or books of account to ensure that we properly account for this project. We are implementing phase 3. We are the same people implementing phase 4. Apart from that, the entity also has its own accounting system that it is using. But at the end of the day, we should be able to tell government, we should be able to tell Mano or SLRA, we should be able to tell the road ministry that when it comes to phase 4, this is what has been spent under phase 4. Don't face public accounts committee. To enable you properly account for it means that you have to get it right from the onset. If you don't get it right from the onset, things are messed up. You can even be saying all the truth, but nobody will believe you. Say when it comes to finance, financial management, we don't speak much.